Hi, it's Brent, Abel here, WebTennis.net, and here's the reality with overheads, especially in doubles, is overheads are rarely a put-away opportunity. And what I mean by that is that good lobbers, and you're going to face this team where both players lob a ton. You get the lob queens, you get the lob kings, mixed doubles, you get the queen and the king lobbers. And what they're trying to do, obviously, is their strategy is, number one, is to make you play so many overheads that you get frustrated early in the point and you decide you've got to go for a put-away opportunity really before that situation presents itself. And, you know, for most of us with the put-aways, you know, let's be honest, you know, once you get pulled back behind the service line, you know, most of us don't really have great technique, great strength, great racket speed to be able to end the point from back there. And so the strategy here to be able to defend and actually sort of then take charge of the match against the lobbers is you've got to wait your time. You got to wait until they finally go ahead and play you a short lob and then be ready to go ahead and take care of it. Now, a couple of strategies here that I want you to think about, and what I'm going to do first is talk a little bit about it, and then I'm going to move on to a court diagram video that I want to show to you. But, you know, first of all, there's two basic strategies. Number one is you always want to try to have your best player with their best overhead to where their overhead's in the middle of the court, meaning that, you know, if I've got the best overhead on our team and we're both right-handed and I'm on this side of the court, you know, most of the lobs that come to me are going to be a backhand. So what we're to try to do is make sure during the point that I end up on this side over here so that any lob in the middle, I get a chance to play the overhead. Now the other thing is that when you play your overhead, play it back to the weaker player. You know, figure out which one of those two players is not as consistent as a lobber. Play most of them back to them. And the other thing is I want to show you with this court diagram is where you play your overhead, what comes back to you is a geometric angle with their lob. And, you know, one side can really be an advantage for you and the other side can be a disadvantage for you. So right now, let's go ahead and look at that quick court diagram video I've got for you.
Okay, let's take a typical point where we are the returning team and we'll have the server serve to us, and what happens? The server stays back. You know, we come in, we kind of play our return back cross court and move in, and you know, our partner moves up, and what happens? If this is the lob queen or the lob queens, kings over here, this guy or this gal backs up, and here comes the lob fest from off of that return. And let's assume that we've got the stronger overhead here in the middle with the returner's partner. And if the lob goes back deep to where, you know, either one of these two players takes it, if we end up taking it back towards the server and then reclaim our net position, now what happens is the lob, it kind of comes from an angle to this player's overhead, especially in the middle, that's kind of awkward. It sort of starts on their backhand side and then moves over to their overhead. So, you know, this player really needs to have great footwork to be able to get around that, as opposed to taking this lob and whoever takes it, let's play it back over to this player over here. We both move back in, and now any lob, especially the ones that come in the middle, are coming easily right to this player here. And, you know, it's a much easier geometric angle coming into this player's overhead than if it's coming from this direction here. So that's one strategy. The other strategy we talked about in the on-court video was, you know, just play your overheads to the weaker player. If this is the weaker player over here, then, you know, you might mix it up, you know, go half of them over here and half of them over on this side. But, you know, in the end, you're going to have a much better geometric angle on playing your overheads if they are being lobbed from this corner, assuming this player here has got the stronger overhead and is right-handed and has got their overhead in the middle. Assuming it's coming from this angle here, you know, it's a much easier angle to be able to receive that overhead. And as we talked about before, you know, anytime that there's a lob that takes both of you back behind the service line, just get comfortable, get in position where you play this as an approach overhead, come back in, don't close so tight in here that it's easy to lob over you, but anywhere up in here is fine. And then if they play a drive to you, well, what's the obvious shot? Well, the obvious shot if it's a drive is you guys play a little drop volley, just a little shot in here, force them to come up and, pop the ball up to you.
All right, hope this has helped. Get out there this week, practice a ton of overheads, really practice how to get back behind the overhead, come on in, play it as an approach shot. That opponent plays a deep lob. Your job is not to hit the put away. Your job is to play an approach shot overhead so you and your partner can maintain good core positioning up in net. All right? Want you to go ahead and click the link below this video so you can get more information on this tip and more information on this lesson. All right? Hope this has helped. Any questions, Brent? Any questions? Ask Brent at WebTennis.net. Have a great day out there.
Okay, hope this has helped. Any questions, of course, ask Brent at WebTennis.net. Just go ahead, click that link below this video, and let's get you some more information on this lesson. All right, have a great day out there.